Hey everyone, it's Logan, and this is the last installment for the questions for the Throws United regional reps. Hopefully you guys like these videos. They've been pretty fun to make. So the first question is, what is your favorite park experience and worst park experience?
I've had a lot of really great moments and times at amusement parks, but one of my absolute favorites was Worldwide Coaster Kids Day this past summer. I had a great time getting to meet everyone, and I actually met some of my current best friends. The park was really nice that day, and the experience overall was incredibly positive and supportive, which always makes me really happy.
Okay, best and worst park experience. I'm going to combine this into one. Kennywood 2019, I was there with Logan, Callie, and then we had another great group there with us too. We were having a great day, and then just all of a sudden, the rain came pouring in. They shut the park down. We literally got garbage bags from the ice cream stand as ponchos because the workers were super nice about it, and we had to leave, but that was quite the experience, and it's definitely a really fond memory that I'm going to cherish for a long time.
My best park experience is probably riding on the bull, just because it was so, Ace was so good, and that event was so good. Worst? I don't really have, this doesn't really count, but one time I pulled up at Six Flags New England. I went to Six Flags New England. It was like one of my first times going, and then we got there, and the second we got there, they closed because of the rain.
My favorite experience at a park, it would be Festival de Terror Media Night. It was an incredible night. It was filled with horror mazes. I got to know a ton of people. It was unbelievable. And my worst experience at the park would be the time I went to Kennywood and halfway through the day it rained, and I missed Thunderbolt and Exterminator as credits.
My favorite park experience is any park I've gone to with my friends.
My best experience at a park was definitely Six Flags America with Sam, Skylar, Dane, Michaela, Maddie, and a few others. It was just amazing. We had such a great day and rode so mally rides in one day. And yeah, it was just so good. And it was my first time meeting a lot of them as well. And also Kings Island was incredible as well with Callie, Logan, Sophia, Ben, Zach, Connor, and a few others. I had an amazing time there too. But my worst park experience would probably be when I went to Aventurenpark Hellendoorn in the Netherlands in July. It's just not a very good park. The coasters were pretty bad, and yeah, it just wasn't the greatest, but I still had a fun time.
For my best experience at a theme park, I have to go with my latest visit to Efteling. Efteling is just one outstanding park, and we was there with a coaster club for 13 hours, and yeah, it was just amazing. We met the owner of the park. That was also quite a good experience, and they just have some of my favorite rides and my favorite atmosphere, and I just loved that park so much. So that is the best experience that I ever had in a theme park. And I always have a blast when I visit a theme park, so I don't really have anything for the worst.
My favorite park experience is going to have to be Coastermania Eve at Cedar Point. It was me, Logan, Itai, Billy, one of my friends from Florida, Seth and Callie, and so many more people. But that night was just so legendary. So many fun things just happened in those last couple hours that night. And Steel Vengeance, when waiting in line for Steel Vengeance, some of the best stuff came out of that. So easily Coastermania Eve. And worst park experience, the day after Rise of Resistance opened, I went to try to get a ride on it. Not only could I not get a boarding crew, but everything was so crowded. It was so hot in December, and it was so brutal. Like, I was so mad at Disney that day that I just wanted to leave the park. And I've never wanted to really leave Disney that much. So yeah, that was definitely the worst park experience.
My best park experience is definitely our Busch Gardens Williamsburg tour on the Virginia trip. That was so good. They were so nice there. Like, we had, I can't remember, I feel like it was 5 hours, like a 5-hour tour. I can't remember. It might have been 3 hours. It was either 3 or 5, but that was such a long tour. It was so good. We got free rides on coasters. That was just an amazing day, and they were so nice to us. So that was my best park experience. And then I haven't had that many bad park experiences. I guess the most disappointing park experience was when we went to Hershey Park, and then it started raining before I could get all the credits, and we just had to leave. because it was gonna keep raining until the time when we had to leave. So that was disappointing, but it wasn't really a negative park experience. That was just the time I was probably most disappointed because I was really excited to go to Hershey.
Either my day pre-Coaster Kids Day at Canada's Wonderland with Logan and Callie, that was awesome. We rode every single ride in the park in just one day, multiple times. I think we did Leviathan 11 times as well as Behemoth 13 or 14 times that day. And Yukon Striker Media Day was awesome as well.
My favorite theme park experience I've ever had was hosting Worldwide Coaster Kids Day this past year at Busch Gardens Tampa with Hunter. I thought this day was so much fun. It was just so amazing being able to meet all you guys and hanging out with you guys all day. I really hope we can host another day soon again because that was definitely a day I will never forget.
Yeah, I will never forget that day either. Just meeting all these new people and having so much fun. Yeah, it was a great day. And the worst park experience we've ever had was actually a trip to Disney Paris, I think a year or two ago.
2 years ago, I think.
And we went in, I think it was around February, and it was absolutely freezing. It was actually snowing when we were there. And somebody forgot their jacket, so...
Real smart move on my part.
We were freezing all day, half the rides were closed, and if that couldn't get any worse...
We were eating, and somebody threw up all over our food.
Right next to us when we were eating. So yeah, that's definitely a trip.
It got all over our food. It smelled really bad. That was definitely a day we'll remember.
Yep, forever.
Not the best trip, but hey, we made some memories, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so one time I rode this drop tower at this place called Santa's Village Amusement Park. It's in Dundee, Illinois, or East Dundee. And it's not even that tall, but it was actually really scary to me. It kind of shook me up. I do have a fear of heights, if you guys know, so lift hills aren't very fun for me. And neither was that drop tower. That drop tower was really scary.
The best park experience I've probably had was at Busch Gardens Tampa Bay with Sean and Michael. And we got to ride She-Cra over and over again without the guy checking the fast passes, and then eventually after like 3 rides he checked it. The worst park experience I've ever had was probably when I went to Universal, and me and my grandpa were on Incredible Hulk, and he was fidgeting with the restraint, and the buckle just popped off, and they had to evac the train, and all the other rides there were closed for some reason.
My best park experience would be at Coaster Mania in June of 2019. It was my first time at Cedar Point, which was on my bucket list. It was my dream to go there, and it was perfect. It was an incredible day, and I spent it with my best friends and rode my favorite coasters ever. My worst park experience, I still had a fun time, but the circumstances were very unfortunate because I was at Six Flags Magic Mountain on December 30th, which was like the max capacity day of 2018, and it was so crowded I could barely ride anything, and it was so hot and just so terrible. Ugh.
My favorite park experience was probably riding in the Bull because I was there with so many amazing people riding some of my favorite coasters ever, and it was just such a fun time.
And for my best park experience, I honestly can't say. I think I've been to more parks than anyone on this team, almost 100 around the world for the past 6 years. And almost every single time I go to a park, I'm always there with such amazing people. Like, I've met thousands of people around the world doing this and had millions of laughs and endless memories. And, like, I don't even have a favorite. I can't even tell you my top 50. I'm just so thankful that I've been able to meet all these people and have these awesome experiences at parks. However, I definitely do have a worst park experience, and this is the only Coaster Kids Day that never made it to video because it was just so terrible. It was Coaster Kids Day at Strickers Grove on 4th of July, 2018. And, you know, I do feel bad because we did meet some really cool people there, and all of that footage is just gone because we did not want that featured. It was probably the hottest day of the year. It was extremely humid. There were a ton of bugs. We, like, sprayed bug spray all over ourselves. We spent most of the day in the arcade because it was the only place that had air conditioning. We only rode, like, 2 rides. And, like, looking at the fireworks, I guess was fun, but after reviewing the footage, we just thought we were just an absolute mess. We do not want to think of that day again. But here are the pictures from that day. And if you guys are in those pictures, I'm sorry that you never got featured, but here you go. And now the last, final question is, what is your single best moment at an amusement park?
My favorite moment at a theme park was riding Steel Vengeance for the first time. It blew me away, beat all of my expectations, and it was just perfect.
My best single moment at an amusement park, okay, it would either have to be my front row night ride on Superman Ride of Steel. Oh my god, that coaster is so underrated. Or if this counts, the 2-hour ERT session for El Toro during Riding in the Bull. Oh, that was so much fun.
My single favorite moment that I've experienced at a theme park is either my first ride on Magnum or my rain ride on Millennium Force.
I can't choose just one single favorite moment at a park. I've had so many, like meeting lots of my friends, but my very favorite was probably when I hit my 200th coaster on Lightning Rod, and it was just amazing, and I was very proud of myself.
So the single most exciting moment I have experienced at the park, it would definitely be the one night of Festival del Terror where I rode Medusa Steel Coaster in the night at dark and raining. It was absolutely insane.
Well, the Busch Gardens Williamsburg tour was super fun, but that was like not a moment. That was like a whole, like the whole day there almost. So my favorite moment that I've had at a park was probably my Top Thrill Dragster rollback, because that was a moment, and that was just crazy. It's not like it was like so like intensely thrilling more than normal Top Thrill Dragster, but I was just so excited about it because it's a rare experience. It's an experience you want to have and be able to say that you had a Top Thrill Dragster rollback. So that is my favorite moment that I've had at a park.
So, I just got a rollback on Top Thrill Dragster, and we got it on camera. 5+ screams. I'm speechless. Just got a rollback on Top Thrill Dragster.
Okay, so this is gonna have to be a two-way tie for my favorite theme park moment. One of them, number one, is waiting in line for Steel Vengeance at Coastermania Eve. This time, I'm talking, we wait in line and like, I'm shocked the people in front of us or behind us did not hate us desperately. Or didn't, I don't know. They probably wanted to kill us. I mean, we were just getting so hype. Logan was lifting up Billy going, "Hi, Slovenia!" Itai would not stop screaming Tigress. And we also have a clip of Itai probably doing the best scream we've ever heard from him in his life. Put that clip in, please. Put it in.
Okay, I know not everyone may understand this, but my Disney nerds will. So, my best moment at a theme park. I walk into Disney California Adventure. 10 minutes in, this couple comes up to me and my family, and they say, "Here, do you want some fast passes? These are good for any ride in the park. We have to leave, so we're not able to use them." And we're like, "Oh, sure, of course, thank you." And then I look at them, and it says Club 33 on them. And for anyone who knows what Club 33 is, it's this restaurant at Disneyland that is super exclusive. You can look it up. And when the members come, they get free fast passes. So I noticed that, and I got to talk to them for just a little bit about what being a member of Club 33 is like, and it was really cool.
Definitely one of my favorite moments on a roller coaster was when I was riding Nitro with Sam and our friends Michaela and Angel, and the bottom of Sam's shoe fell off, and Angel caught it mid-ride, and we thought it was a seagull.
My favorite moment that I've experienced at a theme park was probably on the coaster tour with Eliza, and we bumped into the guys from Theme Park Worldwide on Gemini.
In my best moment at a park, I've already said this in a previous video, but it would definitely be New Year's Eve at Kings Island 2019, technically 2020. But as I already said, we were just bouncing around like crazy, hugging each other, listening to the music. And that experience really comes to show that it really doesn't matter what park or even place you're at in general, as long as you're with the people you love. And I feel like that's kind of the point of this channel, to experience all these crazy adventures with some of the best people I know. Alright, that finally wraps up the Q&A with the Thrills United Regional Reps. And again, the playlist is now complete, so you can watch all of those videos if you want. And the next Q&A we're doing is going to be the ones with my best friends who are not regional reps. And a lot of those people are crazy. So that's going to be a fun series to watch. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying this as much as I did. See you guys later.